And as the weather turns warmer, there is typically an increase in violence. But we discovered the very groups Minneapolis leaders approved to help stop the crime are still not getting paid to be out on the streets because of ongoing contract negotiations. Jennifer Hoff explains where things stand and the implications this could have. It's all new at 6.
These are some new windbreakers that I have for the team.
Even on a day that's dreary,
Bright yellow's always been my color.
Muhammad Abdul-Ahad is bringing the light.
Yeah, absolutely.
The executive director of Touch Outreach started the nonprofit in 2020, working to prevent violence in Minneapolis.
That's a lot of ground that we're covering with this specific team.
An effort the city has supported since then, recently approving its large contract that should have started a month ago. But red flags are holding up the process and the work.
I even say that you guys even support this if you're not giving us the resources that we need and the flexibility that we need in order to be successful at doing this work.
The group has gone through extensive vetting after the department overseeing violence interrupters was accused of too little oversight and mismanaging funds, revamping the process to pick them.
You good?
Abdul-Ahad critical of the new requirements.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
From background checks to cutting the size of his teams in half, a process he says doesn't feel like a partnership.
Yeah, we're gonna connect.
The city also awarding contracts to 4 other groups now left in limbo, some even threatening to walk away.
Bag getting warm. Watch how busy this area about to be for this. You gotta get your steps in, you know?
Others staying the course, voluntarily committed to what they say is a successful strategy to keep people safe.
For the moment, it works.
At a time when hotter days can mean higher crime that already shattered a community this week.
You haven't heard one person complain about the actual work being done. Of course, bodies are dropping, but look at how many lives that we've saved.
And in a new statement tonight, the city admits negotiating the contracts has now taken longer than expected, writing in part, our vendors couldn't take the steps they needed to prepare, including performing background checks and drug tests and lining up health insurance for their employees until contract negotiations began. Adding, we are just as anxious for them to be on the streets as our vendors. And they also added in there too, Rena, that they hope that a lot of this is resolved in just the coming days. So hopefully there'll be some resolution soon.
Yeah, obviously this would be a good time. It would be a great time to get those people out there.
They call it the time of trauma,
Yeah.
when we know that violence increases. So it is important to get them on the streets for the folks who believe that this kind of work works.
Works. All right, Jennifer, thank you. Appreciate it.